Good afternoon, traders. It's AJ. Just got back from break. What's up? Today we had 12 ideas. Target came out retail wise, just blew it out of the park. I mean, just wowza. Um, we had some really good stuff today. We had one bad call, I have to say. It's probably one of my worst. It happens. But the other 11 calls were right on target. It was a stock called IRTC, and I actually had it under notables. But nonetheless, I still have to be counted for it. The top 10 were all pinpoint right on target, but this was an offering of 1 million shares, and it was a 175, and the darn thing just it gapped up 10 and it ran another 20 more. And it kind of blew me away. So I'm gonna try to, and it's still moving up towards 215, and it's an all-time high up there. Well, no, all-time is 217, I think. So I find it very with 1 million shares, and it was only trading probably like 800 to 1,800 shares this morning. So right now, if you want to make money while I'm talking, I would go Target. I think Target will break out through 155 and close out at 156. So you can make that money, especially with SPY going to rebound here. So I think it'll probably pop through 155 and then go to 156. So if you need a trade while I'm talking, that would be the trade. Today, I traded Target myself. And Target was, I'm going to kind of show you off my scan service what I use and what I was looking for. Okay. That way you have a gist of what I do and what we do in this amazing chat room. Okay, here's Target. So get a feel for it. And let's just start with this one. Okay, so Target today, as you can see, uh, you know what? I really want this stock. So I'm going to go for it. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy, I only want 1 point. So what I'll do is and I'll take whatever it gives me. Okay, let me see if I can get I want it, but then I'm going to be staring at it while I'm working. Okay, just leave it. AJ, I know you've got the itch, but you need to just kind of just focus on the webinar right now, okay? You need to explain why things did what they did. And we could just let others make money. Damn, I really wanted to. Anyway, okay. So let me go back over here and do a 5-day. And let me just do this. Okay, and so I want to share with you my scan service that I use. And I use this scan right here, briefing, when I'm reading reports on my earnings. Log out, click here. Want my password? I'll give it to you in 2 seconds. And then right here, I click in. Okay, this is Briefing in Play Plus. It's a really great read on earnings. They're really, 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 really awesome. Okay, let me turn my phone off so there's no interruptions. It's just you and me. Okay, so let's go to Target this morning. We could see it was gapping up. Obviously, everyone saw it. All right. Here is the earnings report that came out. Um, They did a preview and then it came out. And here it is. Okay, Target beat by a buck 71. Incredible. Comps increased at 24% year over year. Now, for Target retail, this is huge. This is what investors really, 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 really want to see. Okay, so they beat on the top line. Um, Fiscal 2020 guidance during the first quarter, the company withdrew its guidance given the unusually wide potential outcomes in light of the highly fluid and uncertain outlook of consumer shopping patterns and government policies created by COVID-19. Stores fulfilled more than 90% of Target's second quarter sales. Stores comparable sales increased by 10, 11%, double digit. Digital comparable sales grew 195%, accounting for 13.4% points of Target's comparable sales growth. Double digits again, double digits over it, over it, over it, over. When a retail store like a Target, a Walmart, a Costco, a Kohl's, when they do double digits, I cannot stress enough that how investors want to feed on that. They just want to buy it, and hopefully this is the next Costco that's going to go to 300. I mean, this is a big win for Target, a big win. It just shows you where the consumer spending is being spent, not in the high profile rich stores, but in Target. And this is just, it just shows you through all this COVID, it's still coming in. And yet they won't give you guidance, but you as an investor have to read through the lines and say to yourself, well, it looks like you're doing extremely good. You're definitely an investment. Okay, so what that tells me right there, and it should tell all of you, even as a new trader or coming up or a seasoned trader or learning the game, the first of all, if it gaps up 10 points, it's not going to fill the gap. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's no gap fill. So you can't think, oh, pop and drop and then gap fill back to 137. Doesn't work that way. Okay. If anything, you have to think, and this is what we talk about in our secret sauce over and over and over and over and over and over. And then when we're done talking, we talk about another over and over and over and over and over. Then when we're done talking, we still keep talking about it. But what you have to understand is once you get up, all right, and the stock pops 10 points, 11 points in pre-market, the first thing shorts do when they wake up is like, oh my gosh, they're pulling their hair out. I got to get out of this. I didn't realize Target was going to do that. So again, we come back to we're going to squeeze the stock at the open. We might get a tiny sell-off, but once it pops through a certain resistance area, it's going to fly. Now, it's not going to go another 10 more points, and you have to be smart enough to think through that. But it is going to make a decent move where if you buy 500 shares, 700 shares, 800 shares, and that's getting right around 700, right around that 100,000 mark, you know, and with 25,000 buying power. So you get to 750 shares. Obviously, 1,000 shares is a little, it's I like to keep it at 500, 450. Like right now, if I was to buy, I'd like to buy 500 shares at that 154.19 and let it go to 155 and make 350 bucks. Trades like that is beautiful, endless. You can't knock it because I can tell you right now, Target's going to go to 155 as I'm talking to you. Like I told you, if you started, you needed a trade, take Target while I'm talking. 300 shares and you'll make 350 bucks by the time I'm done talking. So I'm actually paying you to listen to me. Okay. So when it hits 155, let me know. All right. So this stock is not going to calm down. Okay. So for you newbie owners out there that run chat rooms, get that through your head. All right. It doesn't gap fill. All right. So what I do, for awesome calls is I set up a way where you're going to automatically make money. It's an automatic win, but you got to follow the notes. You got to follow what I've been doing for 16 years and understanding how to play these stocks on earnings. Okay. So on Target, I made it very clear. Do not long. In other words, get ready to long it, but don't long it unless it gets to that 150, 149, 150. Once it starts to give above and solid buying comes in, buy the stock. Once you do that, you're going to get 155 on the stock, 153 to 155. That's the target. Now, that's the target. Now listen to me very carefully. Remember when I told you when it gaps up 11, don't assume it's going to gap up 10. This is where a seasoned professional day trader comes in and goes, well, then, AJ, if it's gapped up 10 or 11, how much more can it go? That's where a pro comes in, a real, genuine pro, not this newbie that says, well, if it goes here, it goes here. If it goes here, it goes here. If it goes here, it can go here. If it goes here, it goes here. Stop. Just tell me where I should sell the stock and where it should pretty much just stand there. To me, Target should end up around 155 a share, 153 to 155. Once it blows through 150, we got 3 to 5 more points to go, and then we're done. And then I got to warn you, when you short sellers in here, this is not going to gap fill. Don't think. It might be a pullback. And in order for you to actually short Target, you must pull below 146. I cannot stress that enough. And this is where, again, a pro comes in. I don't want you shorting a stock for 50 cents or a dollar. It sounds great. But Target, if you're thinking, well, it's up 11, maybe I can grab 3 or 4 points. Okay, great. If it drops 146, Then you can go to 142. But again, you're still not going to gap fill. So basically, I set it up. If it hits 146, yes, you can short it. If it doesn't, and it hits 149, 150, you have to long it. And it's going to go to 153, 155 based on everything that I know about this stock. All the information that was given to me tells me this is going to make a move to 155 today. Now let's trade the stock. Ready? So come in the chat room. Come in, you load 500 shares, and ding, 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 ding. Here's the gap up, as you can see, from yesterday's close at 136, and it's gapping up pre-market, right? 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30, 5 o'clock. Okay, now we get the opening bell. This is essential. Remember what I said? If it breaks 146, short it. If it doesn't, don't short it. Leave it alone. Just let it come down a little, consolidate. Once the buying comes in, you will see it, and it'll start to rip. 149, 150. Now, if you want the easy, yes, you wait for 150. If you want to challenge yourself and say, look, I'm going to go ahead and 149 with the buyer, 149.50, and just play it out, which is what I did. Once I saw that 140, look at the buyers. You see this? And the short squeezy. Look at that. Look at that. Just look at the blocks. 300, 200, 300, 300, 300, 200. Traders, follow the money. All right? So about right there, you should be longing the stock. It's starting to break through support, 149.50, which is pretty much what I did. And now I wait for my 153 or 152 or whatever. Who cares? If you're 600 shares, you don't care. 600 shares, 90,000 buy bar. Point and a half gives you $800, baby. And then you just rip it. Now, this is what we call a guaranteed trade. This is not, let me guess, let me think about it. Maybe it'll go up. All this other crap that you hear in all these other rooms. It could go there. It could go there. Stop with your, dude, go back to basic trading. This is reality. If it hits here, it's gone. It's not going to go to 160, 180, 200. You got to be realistic. Okay? 153, which is 153 to 155. That's where I think it'll end up today. Just a tad above it, and then they'll hold it there. That's the trade. You come in as a new day trader, you got 20,000 buying power, you buy 100 shares. You don't argue. You don't second guess me. You don't wonder. Okay? Well, I've never played Target before, so I can't play it. Okay, that's your excuse today. Great. Let me put that in your, you see, excuse number 6,480 of you. Thank you so much for that excuse. Well, I've never played it before, so I don't know. Oh, that's just here, 6,190 excuse. The mouse wasn't working. Oh my gosh, just keep going. Oh, I had to step out for a second. I guess I missed my entry. Wow, just you hear yourself? Non-stop excuses. Non-stop. You just keep coming up with them instead of just executing the trade. So if you buy the trade, boom, you just go long, and then you take out 1 point, 50 cents, a bulk, $2, $3, whatever you want, because you know where it's going. If you have a large account, you could take 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares, risk a point. What do you care? As long as you get a point, 2 points, you make $2,000 in just a matter of what? How many minutes? How many minutes? 26 minutes. Wow, 2 grand in 26 minutes. Lawyers don't even make that kind of money. All right, doctors don't make that kind of money. Teachers don't make that kind of money. Firefighters don't make that kind of money. You can, even if you're retired with a nice account. This is you. All right. If you took 500 shares, all right, and you made 2 points, you made $1,000. 1,000 times 5, 5 grand. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 times 12, 240 grand. Make $250,000 part-time day trading because you're in a room that tells you exactly how to trade the stock. Okay, let's do another one. BMRN. Now, this is a combination of Adam News and AJ Trader. Okay. When I looked at BMRN, they got what they call a CRL letter. Let me show it to you. Okay, let me show it to you. I gotta go right here. Gotta go right here. There you go. All right, so you come over to BMRN, right? And you scroll up and you go BMRN. All right. All right. Now BMRN got a CRL letter. Okay. All right. What is that? What is that? Does anyone of you know what that is? I would say 70% of the room doesn't. And about 99% of you don't do it because you don't even know what it is. Okay? It's a letter from the FDA. And whenever they catch something, don't like something, they want to back off on something, they'll send a letter to the company, to the company, and say, at this point in time, we're going to back off. We're going to either reject it or relook at it at another date, but we need you to do these things. All right. So today or last night or whatever, BMRN received a CR letter. Now, to a lot of investors and a lot of shareholders, that spooks them. That scares them. That makes them step back and go, you know what? Why don't you go fix your problem and let me bail out right now? Okay. So you get a really steady flow, a steady, remember that word steady, a steady flow of selling off. It's not a complete drop and goodbye. It's a steady flow. It's a totally different type of trade. And a lot of you have never traded that before, or where you have a steady decline. I have. And today I took this every time I shorted stock, I hit 1,000 shares because I've done this so long that I could see like, okay, this is going to drop 50 cents. Oh, this is going to drop 60 cents. Oh, this is going to drop 80 cents. And I just click, 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 and I just drop it and take half, because I'm a guy who trades 1 minute to 4 minutes and I'm out. But the FDA issued a letter to BMRN for a drug, Voloctologine, a gene therapy for severe hemophilia A. The FDA issues a CRL to indicate that the review cycle for an application is complete and the application, get this, is not ready for approval in its present form. Now take a back seat. All you newbies, all you seasoned traders, take a back seat for a second. What is that saying? What is that saying to a company? Hey, at this point in time, okay, you're not ready. Now I want you to ask yourself something. Ask yourself something. All right? Just put it out there. Ask yourself something. Be smart. Is What do you think BMRN is going to do? Talk to me. What do you think they're going to do? Go home, go to sleep, right? What are they going to do? What do you think the CEO is going to do? Well, what do you think he's going to do? Let's go have lunch. What do you think he's going to do? He is going to do first. He's got to bring that confidence back to the investors and to the analyst. So now that the FDA has done that, and it is a bad thing to get one of those. Okay, it's like a subpoena to a company that did bad books. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. You're going to get hurt, but you got to give the company an opportunity to say, okay, we got that, but we are addressing these issues and we can fix it next time we go. When you start to talk like that, and look for BMRN to make a statement within the next 24, 48 hours, because that will give that confidence back. Now, how do you trade this? How do you trade this? How do you trade it? I mean, most day traders will stay away from this. All small cap rooms, forget it. They're telling you to go back to bed. There's nothing to trade today. Okay. Discord rooms, this is not their thing. This is not their bread and butter. This takes a special, unique room to truly understand how to trade a stock like that. What to expect. This is where a seasoned veteran comes in and goes, this is what it's going to be today. Okay. So to me, when I came in, the first thing I noticed is it was down. As you can see in pre-market, BMRN was down from yesterday's close to today. Okay, very thick stock, very thick. Okay, a lot of retirement funds in here. You know, pension funds. This is one that they like to they keep steady. It's a very thick stock, but it gapped down, got real scared there on small volume, only 200 shares, and then it started to get all over the place in pre-market. And now we were already down pretty much what by the time I got up looking at it, it just kept coming down. It was like at 90. So now you're down about 28, 30 points. Now you have to start thinking smart. You have to put yourself, you got to become, remember I talked about there's different stages of becoming a trader? First, there's learning the craft, right? First 2 years, I've said this in Secret Sauce. The way I look at it, first 2 or 3 years, you're learning the game. You're learning it. Okay, you're learning it. You're not a superhero. You might get a couple lucky hits. You might make a few bucks. You're doing good. All right, but you're learning the game in this room. In this room, right? Because you're learning in this room, you're being taught how to understand a stock, how to read through the news, how to become the elite analyst and determine the value of a stock. By you determining the value of the stock, you can make money because you know where the stock's going to go, right? Right? Okay, so think for a second. Think for a second. You come in and you're looking at it and you're like, okay, so where realistically can this stock go? Now, is it going to go to zero? No. Is it going to go to 20 bucks? No. Now, there's only so much that this stock will give back. And a lot of times what I like to do is I'll look back on a 180 and see where the stock kind of settled. Then I'll look back maybe a year. I'll look like 2 times and just kind of give myself an idea where support levels are. All right. And today, when I was looking at it, I was like, you know what? I like the 77 to 75 area. I think they'll support that area and bounce a little bit. And hopefully they'll come out with a letter. So for me as a short seller, there's two things. The way I play this is I don't want to long it unless it starts to open up at a certain area. I get through that area, I can pop it and short cover. But the other thing I have to look at whenever I'm analyzing the stock is what the analysts are saying. And you can see right away they were coming out. This one kind of came out, and this is kind of, I can't knock them too bad because the, the news kind of came out around 5 o'clock in the morning. But the analysts, some of them, they really responded quickly, and some of them just waited to see what the thing was going to do. And that bothered me a lot. I don't like companies like that. They're just waiting for it to go down. And then all of a sudden, look, see this? 9:40, 10 o'clock, 10:16, 10:50, 11. You see how they all come out now? 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3. You see that? They all wait. I don't like people that do that. To me, those are afterthoughters. To me, these are like paper traders. They have no meaning to me. Okay, I'm looking, and you got to understand too. Goldman Sachs raised it to 218 just 4 days ago, 5 days ago to 218 from 172. Yet, have you seen Goldman come out and say anything yet? Huh? Nothing. Doesn't that worry you? Doesn't that worry? Don't you think Goldman's on the phone right now? The analyst Stephen Richard going, talk to me, and then all of a sudden they'll come out and go, we stand by BRM. This is what they're going to do to fix it. Okay. But meanwhile, all these other chasers, these ambulance chasers, they come out after the fact. We're waiting for Goldman. So for me, I haven't seen Goldman in the morning say anything negative. All right. However, I did make a note that Piper sees share recovery back to 122. Okay. And that was, I believe, right below before the open. So to me, it told me, AJ, let's find support, call the short to there, and bounce it. Okay. So as I become now an analyst, all right. So again, as I said before, the first 2 years, 3 years, you're learning the game. You're learning how to understand stocks, movement of stocks, why they're doing what they're doing, especially in here, versus waiting 10 years to figure that out. 2 or 3 years, you got it. Then you start to move up to be a good trader. What's a good trader? Somebody who's consistent three days out of 5, sometimes 4 out of 5. You're becoming good. You're becoming consistent. You're limiting your losses. You're understanding your losses. You're respecting your money. A lot of times newbies don't respect money. That's why they're broke all the time. A year guy, 2 years in, they just blow their accounts because they don't respect money. And trust me, how do I know that? I was that guy. I was that kind of trader. I didn't respect money. You need to respect money whenever you day trade. You can't let stocks go, oh, I'm down 9 points. What should I do? Okay, get out. Go trade somewhere else. This isn't for you. You don't even respect money. Why are you down 9 points? Why would you let that happen? I don't know. Okay, this isn't the room for you. Because obviously I don't want to teach a guy to go broke, you know? You have to respect your money. It's really, 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 really important. Okay? Okay. And so then after about in your 5th to 7th year, all right, now you're becoming a great trader in my eyes. In about 5 to 7, that's when you start really becoming great, where you're consistent. You respect money. You limit your losses. You know what the stocks are going to do. You're figuring it out. You're not afraid to take the trade. You're not, there's no, you don't have that second person guessing, second guessing for you. All right. You just react. Your instinct. You're doing this. All right. So those are basically the 3 or 4 levels. After that, what's next? Graduation. You become an analyst. And that's what I hope every trader in Awesome Calls does one day. Reach that level. That's like a doctrine of any specific field you want, whether it's being a scientist or the best lawyer or whatever, a doctrine. Once you get that doctrine, you have reached the pinnacle. That means you really understand your field. Okay. In day trading, to me, if you become that analyst, that guy who can nail it and say, this is where it should stop, short to there, and cover and be done, to make you thousands upon thousands of dollars a day. That's where I want everyone to go. But it takes time. It takes time. You gotta learn, you gotta go through the process. But in here, I really help you to get through that process quickly and fast. So you don't have to go through the 16 years I did it. You accomplish it in half the time. That's why I created the room. Because I didn't want people to go through what I went through. So when I look at BMRN, I just said, okay, where do I think it should settle? Right? So I pull up the 180 and I'm looking, I'm thinking, I'm going to call out 75 to 77. We can short 75 to 77 until either Goldman comes out with what they want to do and or BMR comes out with a statement what they're going to do. I'm looking for 75. So today it was a short to 75. And this is exactly what I wrote down right here. Okay? BMRN. For a bounce, I would nibble very small at 84, 85. If it gets that, we can go to 90. If it does not, and we don't get the push or even the slightest, figure the stock will just drop to 75, 77, and then look for a bottom curl on it. And for the most part, it pretty much hovered all day today at 75. And I'll even show you the bounce at 75 right here. 75, double bottom, and right back up to 77.40. It's a 2.5 point bounce. But for a short seller, this was heaven. This was heaven. To know, AJ, it didn't even break out. It didn't even get even close to what you wanted at the open. That's right. It just sold. You see how it just dumped right at the open? And then here's the lower low. Remember I said if it goes to 84, 85 long it didn't even touch 84 at the opening bell. Look, opening bell. Ding, 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 ding. Pulled, popped. It didn't even get to 84, 85. Look. Therefore, there's no reason to long it. There's the lower low, lower, low, lower, low, and there you go. There's your short. Now, where's it going to go, AJ? 75. Take it to 75, and there's your 75. And see how it hovered 75? This is a professional day trader. This is the elite. This is the analyst. This is the guy who sees it way before you do. Okay? I'm going to show you another stock we did today. Shop. We love this stock. We do. I was asked by some of the good traders in here, AJ, can you, I know you don't like anything over 1,000, because, not everyone can play it, but please, AJ, please, can you just keep it on your list? And I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And I do it because I want to play it too. Okay? Let me show you shop today. Okay. So here's shop. And it's such, listen to me. Newbies, seasoned, top guys. If you have 25,000 buying power, and basically about $100,000 in the account, 4 times the amount, 110 grand, right? About $100,000 to work with, 110,000, 120, whatever. All you need is 100 shares. All you need is 100 shares. But with your 25, 26, $27,000, you get 4 times buying power. So you're already at 110. It's so with 25 grand, you can literally on this stock alone every day, you can literally make $2,000 a day just on this stock alone. And by the end of the week, you'll have $10,000 in your account using 100 shares. And that 10,000 will now give you 40,000 more buying power if you leave it in. Instead of now 100, you got 140 at the end of the week. You follow what I'm saying? Or 120, yeah, 100, yeah, 25, 10,000, 10 times 4, 40,000. You'd have 140 to work with, right? Just compounds, right? Now, I want you to look at SHOP for the 5-day trade, 5-day IE. And we have nailed this every single day. And I'm not talking to the penny. I mean, some days I'm right on target, but I'm just talking in general. This is going to come down, this is going to go up. But in that range is 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 points. So even if you're late to the party, you can still make money. This is why I trade stocks like this. Okay? So on this one, excuse me one second. So on this one, if you look, okay? So let me just kind of show you a brief synopsis. All right? Pop it open, 1,025, comes down to 986. Okay, that's what, 30, 40 points. Pop it open, 1,007, comes down to 980. Remember I called that day? Pop it open, goes up 30 points, drops 25 points. Pop it open. I think I said this yesterday, 1,025, pulled down to almost 995. Perfect. That was up. These 2 days were just like scripted. Like I was on the money again, right? So today I get up again, right? I get up again and I see it right here. And I'm like looking at it going, huh, we're up again on 100 shares, right? Bid and ask right there, bid and ask. We closed about 124, right? 121 roughly. We're sitting in pre-market at 1,030, 1,031. So we're up 6 points. So I have to think, okay, I'm an analyst now. I'm not a day trader. I'm not a newbie. I'm not a consistent trader. I'm the analyst now. So I got to act like one. All right. So AJ, what is that stock going to do at the open? This stock today, based on this little $6 move, is literally going to pop at the open to 1,040. How do you know that? Stop asking. Okay. One day you'll understand. And when it hits that, I want to short the stock because I think the stock, in my opinion, will come down to 1,000 to 990 and just flush down. Then you can long it. Okay, what does that mean? Well, if I'm right, so if you're reading my notes and you're thinking, wait a minute, if that does pop to 1,040 and he shorts it, or I short it, or you short it, or somebody shorts it, he's saying it could come down to 1,000. That's 40 points, dude. If I could just catch 10 or 20 of those, I make thousands of dollars with 100 shares. If I buy, I don't know, 5 contracts at 1,000, I can take my 1,500 like Mark does and make 2 Gs with $1,500. If I'm Chaz and take 50 shares with 50,000, 60,000 buying power and get 10 points, I make 500 for the day. I just have to nail the short. I just gotta wait for it because this guy knows this stock. He's so good at it. Okay, let's go to work. AJ puts it in writing. Comes down, shop. All right. Do not buy unless we pop to 1,024. If you just want to buy it and don't want to short it, when you buy it 1,024, it's going to pop and go to 140 and stop. Then look for the sell-off to 995. Are you kidding me, AJ? Minimum 25 points. I can make up to 40 to 50 on this trade? Yes. So if I take 100 shares, I can make $800 in a blink? Probably faster. You just have to do it. You got to do it. This is your baby. Okay, AJ. Show me the magic. Show me the money, baby. All right. Ding, 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 ding. Remember the 1,024? Long it right there at the open. Remember I said it would go to 1,040? There's 1,040. Remember I said short it? First snap right there. Go short. 1,030. Smack it down. 25 minutes later, it's $1,000, 1,002. 28 points in 25 minutes, and you're done. And this isn't magic. This is just a pro doing what a pro does. Understands the stock, understands the topping, understands where it will probably bottom out. Very realistic goals. It allows everyone an opportunity to trade the stock. I made on Shop today $875.38. I made over about 600. I got six. I wish I could have stayed in. I wish I could have stayed in. But I got about 6 points, close to 7 points. By the time I actually cleared it, it showed like 7 and a quarter, and $750. And when I actually cleared it, it was like 636.80. It was a weird number. I think I hit right off a bid. So then what I did is about right here in the mid morning, I watched it right here break out right there. And I went long right here. I said, oh no, this is going to pop right here. And it ran, I picked up an extra, I think it was $254. And if I would have held it, I think I would have got, I think it was right here. I could have got, yeah, it was right here. I went long 100 shares. See that? It's kind of me right there. And I waited, and I got that pop and sold, and I put $250 in my pocket. If I had waited, look how much more I would have got. Just another 5 to 6 more minutes, I could have nailed another 6 more points. On 100 shares, that's $600 more. And let me tell you something about Shop. When it's pushing, they give you the top fills. When it's selling, they give you the worst. You think when it sells and it drops here on the candle, you're not getting that. No, 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 no. They're waiting for you. You're going to get that. You're gonna drop a point and a half more. It sucks. That's the way Shop trades. But when you're selling into the move, oh my gosh, they will give you the tip top of the top. They really do. But the minute it starts to sell, they will give you the absolute worst pulls. There's nothing you can do. But this was a very, very, and look, if you had bought right when it bottomed out this morning, right there, I said, trader, I belong that. I belong that. I think that's bottom. I wanted 995, but I think this 1,005 is bottom. I like it. I'd be playing it, and it just ripped to 1,022. So that was a nice long there. Beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. And then one last one I want to share with you. It was a very, I just kind of want to share with you two just garbage plays. What constitute garbage in our room? All right, garbage, but it's their money making plays. And for you chat rooms that use my services to keep your people, these are for you. All right, so you can pretend you're smart next time you talk to your people. Actually, they're my people anyway. But okay, let me tell you why these were shorts. Every single day, 5 days a week. Every single day, 5 days a week, I deliver 1 to 3 top short selling trades that are guaranteed that they're going to fall. They're not going to go up. They're not going to long. They're not going to bust out. They're just going to just fade, right? And if you have shares at Cobra or you're at Centerpoint and you get this daily routine of these type of plays, you will make so much money in this chat room. It's not even funny. You size in and you'll make it so fast. Now, I'm going to teach you something right now. And I want you to remember this forever and ever and ever. There's a LITB. It does not matter how great the earnings are and how much it pops. LITB always sells their gains. If it's an analyst call, they'll sell their gains. They can never hold their gains. Their main reason, and write this down, all right? And how do I know this? Repetitiveness. I play this every quarter or on analyst calls or whatever. I play it, 6 times, 7 times a year. Okay, so I know this stock. 7 times 10 years, that's 70 times. You do that 70 times on each time, you'll be an expert too. Okay? But if you look at the stock the last 10 days, you see how it trades? It's just 220 to 320. That's it. There's your range. Bag holder city, bag holder city, bag holder. Bag holders are people that just buy a stock in hopes that the stock will make a move to the upside. It's kind of a joke. I try to deter that from our room. Don't do that. Don't buy anything on hope. Wrong room. Go somewhere else. Okay? But in here, it's just in the last 10 days, you can see it's a bag holder city. See how it trades? Okay. So now earnings comes out. Now I want you to look at the stock for the last year. All right, I'll just go on 1 year. Do you see how every earnings pops? See the earnings? And what does it do? It dumps. See that? Now I know this each time, right? So now you go to the next earnings. Where's the next earnings? Right? So popped, dumped. This was probably a fat finger. It came right back down. Let's go to another earnings. See the earnings? Pop and dump. It cannot hold its earnings. It cannot. It's just a way. See this one? Pop and dump. Okay. You want to make what? $3,000 today? Yes, AJ. All right. Short LITB at open. 3,000 shares. You'll score probably a point and a half, make 5 Gs today. How do you know that? I just showed you. I just showed you 3 examples of why this stock can't hold. Why do you need any more? But 99% of the chat room will sit there and stare at it and go, oh, well, do you have another trade? It makes me laugh because you can make absolutely more money if you're on the right platform. In this room, you could average $2,500 a day, $10,000 a month, just doing the small cap stuff, right? Decent size, 3,000 shares, 15,000, 20,000 buying power. You're set for life in this room. Just come in every day, and you're usually done within the first hour. You don't need to trade for the rest of the day. Part-timers, this is it. Self-employed people that own companies, right? Look at Jay. Jay wrote me today. He started a thing where he wanted to make 50,000 this month. Right? He's at 43 right now. And you know what he does? This is all he does. And he owns his own company. So now I told you why a stock like this, the pattern of it. Now I'm going to trade it. Earnings comes out, it pops. Right? So to me, this is a short number 1 pick. I believe it's number 1 or 2. Number 1 pick, sell off to 3 or under. You see how it closed at 286? So I'm giving it at least 14 cents of value. I'm like, maybe you could hold 14 cents of your earnings. But you're LITB and you can't hold anything. It's just the way you are. You're the most pathetic company. But don't long it, just don't long it. But once it breaks 360, it will be gone. It's just a sell-off all day. And here's LITB TV. See it? See how it traded today? Bam. Fell below 250. What's this for you? Right? 3,000 shares at 360. Once I said, remember the notes? It said, if it breaks 360, it's gone. Okay, so this is you, newbie trader, 2,000 shares. 2,000 times what? 4 is 8, 7,500 buying power. Guess what? You make $2,000. That's 75 buying power, which is usually about only what? $1,500 in your bank account? 4 times buying power? You just made a couple grand. You doubled your money. Can a checking account do that? Huh? Can real estate do that? For 1,500 bucks? Easiest trade in the world. Just got to locate shorts. Then I gave him MNPR. Now, why is MNPR up? All right. Is it also a bagholder city? Looks like a bagholder city to me. Last 5 days, a lot of people holding in the 5s and 6s, and all of a sudden it's up. Why is it up? Always ask the question. Well, let's read the headline. Okay, let's go to the headline. MNPR. Let's see why I didn't like this stock this morning. 819. Okay, I want you to look at this headline real quick. Just right here. There's a word in here. Our room knows it, but this is an open recording, so you don't know it. We know it. There is a word in here that tells you to short the stock. Can anybody tell me in the room? I see it. There's one word. I'm going to read it to you now. It's blatant. All right? Everyone should be answering it. MNPR and North Star partner with Aragon for testing of its novel potential therapeutic for severe. What is the word? What is the word? Everyone in the world should know it. Okay? It's right there. It is right there. This can guarantee another paycheck for your family. This will pay for your mortgage, your car payments today, whatever the heck you want the money for. Just, it's yours. It's yours for the taking. It's right there. What is the word? Potential. Right? Potential doesn't mean money. Write that down. All you people that steal our ideas, write it down. All you small cap rumors, write that down so you can sound smart when you talk for a change. Potential doesn't mean anything in our business. Any pop on the word potential is a short idea in Awesome Calls. So all you had to do was just wait for the setup, short the stock with size, as much as you wanted. Higher it popped, more the sell-off. So for us, in our great room, it was pretty easy to find. MNIP, do not long this crap. And I even put stupid. That's how stupid it is for even gapping up. Do not buy this crap unless it pops to 7. Then you get a quick push to 8. Why? Nobody's buying it. It's just the short sellers want to squeeze it out so they can add position so they can short it. So you got, that's the whole point of the squeeze. Otherwise, small pop, lower low set in, simple fade to 560, and you're done. Now I want you to understand something. Remember I told you the different stages of being a trader? Newbie, learning the game, then you become good, then you become great, and then you become an analyst. Okay, I'm an analyst. So I'm going to tell you where that stock's going to stop because I'm an analyst. I've reached the pinnacle of day trading, right? Because I know these stocks. So this, to me, is a 560 stock. I'm going to give you 2 cents value on your crap. Let's see if I'm right. Come over here. Ding, 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 ding. I want you to look at something. Can somebody look up and tell me where it stopped? 560. 560. How do I know that? 16 years in the business. I'm an analyst. I'm not a day trader. I think like an analyst. That's how I come to work every day. What's the value of that stock? What's the value of that one? What's the value of that one? Why should that be up? Why should that be down? Again, you come in, never traded before. Small pop at the open, lower lows set in, 3,000 shares short, 18,000 buying power, smash it down, you make 60 cents, you made 1,800 for the day. Go back to bed. Made it in 12 minutes. If you wanted to wait to hit 560, take your 3,000 shares, 18,000 buying power. Once again, hit the 560 cover right there. You just made what? 3,000 shares. You at, let's say 660, you made $3,000 today. 3 times 5, 15,000. 60, 15 times 4, you make 60,000 a month on small cap plays. On nothing trades that you look at and go, why do you think these small cap rooms are in here? If they can have the guidance of AJ to say this is going to go to 560, they can go in and they can like scrounge all the shares in the world for their room and reserve them all. Let's take them all. All we need is AJ to tell us what to do. We don't need to do any more. We don't need to think. We just short. Why do you think they're pulling in 10, 15, $20,000 P&Ls? I mean, easy. Copy AJ's notes, go in the room, call it out, Short the stock. Because there's no long in these. There's nothing to justify LITB is going to run today. Nothing. But you have to think 4 moves ahead, right? Remember, I keep telling you, trading is like chess. And each of these wins are checkmate. 560, checkmate. King me, right? LITB, checkmate. $3 a share, now 250. King me. I own this market. Now I have to teach it to you every single day, right? So that is today's free recording, all right? It lasted 50 minutes.